Greetings, Pokefans! Michael here, and if you're seeing this, that means I have passed up 100,000 subscribers, so I'm here to draw my life to celebrate since this is what won the vote. My story starts in November of 1994 in Anchorage, Alaska. My parents were both in the oil business, so that's why they lived up there. After I was born, my mom quit her job to stay home and raise me, and while I don't remember a ton from Alaska since I was young, I do remember playing in the snow, jumping into the canal in our backyard in the summertime, seeing moose walk right up to our house, and playing with my toy animals and making them talk to each other. My favorite was the zebra named Ponky. My brother Justin was born when I was almost 3, but when I was 5, my dad was transferred to Bartlesville, Oklahoma, a small town somewhat near Tulsa. We were only there for 2 years, but I remember enjoying my time there, mainly spending it being imaginative with my toys and playing with my brother and the neighbors. It was in Bartlesville that I first discovered Pokémon. I came home from school one day expecting to watch Clifford like I always did, but for some reason it wasn't on. Some way or another, I ended up watching the episode where Ash has his rematch with Whitney and wins, so my hatred of Whitney was ingrained early on. When I was 7, my family moved to Houston, Texas. I got my first Pokemon game in Game Boy Advance SP on my 9th birthday, thus beginning my love for Trico in the Hoenn region. However, as I got older, Pokemon became less mainstream at school and I started to get picked on for it. I didn't handle being teased well, and as a result I had difficulty making friends and playdates were rare. My dad always told me I should just ignore them and not care what they think, but I couldn't seem to do that. I always had my imagination in Pokemon though. Things got worse when I was 11. My dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and in a short few months, he was gone. This tragedy crushed my family, and my inability to react while the teasing and bullying became even worse. I was emotionally unstable and had a terrible temper, so going into middle school I had even less friends than I did before. I was angry the majority of the time and worried constantly about everything. My brother and I fought all the time too. I have very few fond memories of middle school, and it didn't help that my awkward stage was at its peak, with my face covered in acne, missing pulled teeth, and having braces. Thankfully though, I never lost my creativity. Throughout middle school I wrote a series of stories about a superhero named Shockboy, and I started the better written Mutant Mike series around my freshman year of high school, a series I still write today. There were lots of other stories I started writing, and I also made complete books of my own fake Pokemon. My creativity expanded into YouTube the summer after 8th grade. My brother and I were home alone all day while my mom was at work, since she went back to an engineering job to support us. During that summer, I thought it would be fun to start a YouTube channel, since I'd seen funny videos from Nigahiga and Fred and wanted to do the same thing. So, my brother and I started MandJTV, short for Michael and Justin TV. We made some very poor, but at the same time amusing comedy videos with my mom's old camcorder and Windows Movie Maker. It was fun for us, but I always seemed to enjoy it more than Justin did. We didn't really gain any popularity, but we kept it up because we enjoyed it and some of them made our mom laugh. A little while before this, during 8th grade, my mom started dating my now stepdad, someone who'd been friends with both of my parents before they'd even gotten married. It wasn't all that long before he proposed, and in the August before my freshman year we moved in with him, going across the state to Midland, Texas, a desert oil town in West Texas. It took a bit of adjustment to living with each other, but it wasn't long before we felt like a real family. There's all this stuff about step-parents being evil or whatever, but my stepdad is a really great guy, and him coming into our lives has made it so much better for all of us. When we moved, I switched from being in a public school with 900 kids in my grade to a private school with 40. I was thankful to get out of my other school, but the switch did not go well. I still had a bad temper, didn't take teasing well, plus many of the kids at this school had been going there together since they were 5, so it was hard to assimilate. My freshman year was exceptionally bad, and I got into 3 or 4 fights over the course of the year, even getting in-school suspension for one of them. However, that was for getting sucker punched at the lunch table, so that was unfair. I'll never forgive that principal. Even though my freshman year was bad and sophomore year was only somewhat better, things really started turning around after sophomore year and into junior year. After 4 years, I finally got my braces off, and after 3 months of working an oil field job and doing basketball workouts during the summer, I gained 10 pounds of muscle. I started doing my hair cooler, and during junior year I got my first girlfriend, and as a result, my first kiss. I'd had minimal success with girls prior to this. We didn't date for long, but the experience gave me a lot of confidence. I finally realized that most of the teasing my classmates did wasn't malicious and meant to harm, but just people teasing each other for fun. So I started taking it better, and people liked me more, and I liked them more. Someone even once told me, "Mikey, you're cool because you don't care if people think you're cool." So as a result of all that, senior year was a really great year. I made a lot of friends, my brother and I got along better than ever before, and I got into my dream school, Rice University. I also kept up my video making, even though Justin had gotten tired of it and wasn't a part of them anymore. They mainly focused on Raccoon Man, a Batman spoof superhero who my friends thought was funny, but he didn't get any bigger than that. Shortly after I graduated though, my stepdad was transferred back to Houston, so I spent the summer before college very bored for most of it, since I didn't really keep in touch with any friends from Houston before other than Pierce. However, that summer was when I made the How Old Is Ash Ketchum video, since I didn't think anyone had really made a video like that before. Over the course of my first semester of college, it got 1 million views, which stunned me and got me really excited since I hadn't really had any success until then. After seeing Pokemon videos from Dookie Shed, I decided to switch my channel to just Pokemon since they're more popular and more fun to make, and I've been doing Pokemon videos ever since. So that's where I am now. Loving Rice, loving my friends and family, and loving YouTube and you guys. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do after graduation yet, but I have 2 more years, so hopefully I can get it all straightened out. But no matter what I end up doing, I know that right now I love doing what I do here on YouTube, and I have you guys to thank for that. So really and truly, thank you guys so much for all the support, and here's to many more videos for the years to come. Alright, that's all I have for now, so until next time, Poke fans. Gotta catch them all.